to. So the more windows, the better, as a general rule. Some buildings don't have any windows at all, so we'll go into that in a bit because we're talking about MGs and that, but basically the more windows the better. So you want your enemy to be on the side where you've got the most windows, so you can use all your firepower to take them down and use that offensive bonuses. So you need to be careful in going into some buildings. So is it all the way down so I can jump in there?
Yeah.
Awesome. MG on the way. It's a bit hard to talk about it in kind of step 1, 2, 3 because all of it is all relevant to each other. So it's all, if you know what I mean, I kind of want to talk about something, but that's kind of tied in with 5 other things. So I kind of want to have some structure to it, but they're all really related to each other. So we're trying to make it flow as much as possible. Right.
Okay, here we go.
Oh shit, you're a bit far.
Well, we'll try it.
I jump out and jump back in.
That's right. Go. I'll get it back in if I were you.
Yeah, I'd have suppressed you there and you'd have fucked up. But right, okay, so I'm in the building and there's Twitch. And what he's going to do now, it takes the MG a few seconds, crucially, to set up at the window. There he is now, but he's at the wrong window. So he's swapped now. And now he's at that side. Twitch is now ran to that one. Oh, I fired.
Nailed. So, I've now suppressed.
And he's fucked.
I am fucked. But by cutting means of smoke, I should be able to escape the wicked clutches.
So as we see the MGs from the engineers there on the MG crew doing quite a lot of damage to that damaged rifleman squad. They're very good at close range. They've got the offensive bonuses, so that rifleman squad is just going to go down.
It looks like it takes about 2 seconds for it, or 3 seconds for it to move from window to window.
I think it's about 2 seconds, somewhere around there. Do you want to do that again and own my face this time?
I don't know if I can.
Without the mortars. I get out again. Because obviously, if the MG is facing your direction, you're just going to die anyway. It's if you see them run into the building and you're kind of on screen. Right, okay, so I've seen him, I've run in the building like everyone else, but Twitch is now going to do the run around trick. Stick as close as you can to the building this time, Twitch. Right, keep going.
Oh no, I've just run it in front of it.
Just ran in front of it.
That was lucky.
That was.
So he actually set up in another window, facing south. Dismantled it. It's now moving window. So I'll move.
Yeah, so my MG is not firing at all, and Twitch is, it's one MG versus one rifle squad. I'm in the building, I should have won that because I'm in the cover, and Twitch has used quite an advanced technique to circle strafe the building and prevent me from shooting at him.
So you'll note there that the difficult bit was getting to the building. And if you can get to the building without being spotted, that's great. And one of the mechanisms you can do to do that is smoke. Now, you get smoke from 2 different types of areas, in my mind. So, both common to the Americans and to the Wehrmacht, you can get smoke from mortars. Often not used, but in my mind, absolutely amazing ability. Have you got another machine gun to put into that?
I've got another one. A mortar's a great unit, a great counter unit for units in buildings. But first, Twitch, what units do we put in buildings? What should I put in there?
I don't know. I mean, okay, so your MGs are good at long range. I wouldn't put Volks in there because they're good for mobility. I'd consider putting in some Pyos with flamers. To help with any short-range attacks that might be coming. So therefore you've got a good combination of machine gun long-range Pyos at short range. In the main, though, it's going to be MGs that you're putting in buildings, or possibly snipers, but not for any offensive or defensive reasons against infantry, but really as an escape route against bikes. Once your sniper's been discovered by a bike, one of the safest places you can put them is in a building rather than retreat. So I'd suggest, if you think you're being spotted, take off the cloak, chuck the thing in the building, and try to go in through one door and out of another. which takes us nicely on to
Right,
some buildings have more than one door.
I might go into that a bit more when we talk about grenades in a minute, because we could talk about the grenades on which door and that.
Okay.
I think we'll talk about the counters to units in grenades, and then we'll go on to the units in grenades. What am I talking about? We'll talk about the counters to units in buildings, because we talked about what to put in buildings, which is MGs, pioengineers. Volks are okay if you've got plenty of windows, but as we've seen that problem earlier on, I had a Volk squad versus rifle squad. Now normally that would have been quite a fair matchup. I've chucked them in a building and you've owned me because there's only one window, so you need to, that's kind of, it's up to the unit user's kind of common sense if you've got enough units, if you've got enough windows to do a lot of damage there. So Volks can be useful, but you usually don't want to put Volks in there. MGs are great in buildings because they have like extra range and it reduces the cooldowns. Remember I talked about cooldowns earlier on, and because the MG takes a long time to reload, it cuts that rather nicely. So we want to talk about counters to buildings now, so I'm going to using smoke quite nicely. So I'm going to chuck an MG in that building, and you can counter the bonuses from the MG by using smoke,
which will enable my units to get up there nice and close. So I'm going to put smoke just down to the north of the building. It fires off one normal round. Sorry.
Ouch. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, obviously normal fire is good to against the building as well, but in some circumstances the smoke is better, because it not only allows you to get your flamers up there and kill the MG dead fast, you can get your riflemen up there as well.
Well, we didn't talk about flamers, but I'll bring them in. So, yeah, this is going to come in with rifles this time around, yeah? They should be able to get in between where they are now, across the road, across the negative cover, and up close and personal to the building without getting suppressed, which they've done.
And now you can use that trick that we talked about a bit earlier, just to circle strafe the building and prevent the, oh my god, sniper's fire.
Do that again, I'll counter snipe it.
So there we go, mortar smoke, reducing the suppression to basically nothing there, and he used nothing but rifles to take out the MG. So good use of the mortar smoke there, Twitch, well done.
Yeah, it's rifles maybe not the best unit to use against MGs in the building. I would suggest that the best unit to use is a flamer, because it has bonuses for units that are in green cover, and of course all units in buildings are in green cover, and therefore flamers will take them out very, very quickly.
I bet you could beat that with one flamer squad. Do you want to try it?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah, basically there's multiple mechanics at work here. We've got the MG, and the smoke and the flamers. So flamers do extra damage versus units in buildings, as Twitch rightly mentioned. They're also vulnerable to the suppression of the MG. However, with the smoke, they're not going to get suppressed, so they're going to do loads of damage against the MG in the building. So my MG is on the way because I'm running out of MGs and I had to build a new one.
You run out of manpower, should build a few.
Yeah, I'm just being lazy with my clicking. Yeah, so he's left righting it up there. I'm going to pop him in that building again, and this time Twitch is going to use one engineer flame squad. So if you're having problems with, MGs, guys, then I don't want to hear it. Because one engineer flame squad is about to up and own this MG. So
are we going to do it via flanking, or shall I do it with smoke?
No, do it with smoke, because you won't. Like I say, if the MG is already set up in the building, it's likely to target that one squad, suppress it, and kill it. So as soon as I see you, I'm going to jump in there. I'll set up in there now. Just chuck some smoke down and come in, because you'll probably win.
Now, just need to wait a few seconds for the smoke to take effect. I'm going to lay down a double barrage of smoke. Yeah,
not a lot of people use smoke, guys. It's a very underused ability, yet it's incredibly effective and incredibly powerful. A lot of people would just mortar barrage the building, but that allows him to take a couple of hits and then eject from the building and get home safely and not lose a squad. If you do this method, then you can catch him with the pants down, and Melt their faces off.
Oh no, he just he finished the smoke barrage and then just put in a normal mortar and took out one. But that also shows you that a very good counter for things in buildings is mortars.
Yeah, yeah. They are incredibly effective. Again, it's up to the user's discretion. Does he want to just kind of mortar it down with the mortar, or does he want to smoke and then get his flamers in there? There's advantages and disadvantages of each one. I mean, if you just mortar barrage it, you've got to have all your units stored on standby and not move them while he's kind of chugging away. Whereas if you use a bit of smoke, you can move your whole army, your whole force up there and get vet to your rifles, which is where you want it, or your engineers, your flame fighters, which is where you want it. So, so the experiment kind of failed a little bit there, but
yeah,
you'd have won.
Put another one in there and upgrade the building. So, one of the other things about buildings is you can upgrade them to forward headquarters. You can do that as both the American or the Wehrmacht player. The infantry commander in Company of Heroes Online also has this ability to upgrade it as well without necessarily having a unit in there. So all of a sudden you've got this forward headquarters in a building. One of the key things about that in my mind is that you can create units from there and you can reinforce from there, so it becomes very, very powerful. I would suggest that you never put a forward headquarters into a wooden building, because wooden buildings have, not only do they not provide as much protection, they also have a lower number of hit points, and therefore as a consequence they're fairly easy to take down with stuff like AT. And here's your top tip of the day. If you select your AT...
Do we want it, before you kill me, do you want to do the
just looking forward to it.
Do you want to do the flame one again? Because I think that one's quite important.
Okay, well this time I'm not going to do it with a mortar smoke. I'm going to do it with airdrop smoke. So I'm just chucking in some airdrop smoke, which is a doctrine ability that comes with airborne. We will do a further set of casts that will include commander abilities specific to Company of Heroes Online. Won't do that now, but needless to say there's some smoke coming in, and I am taking some hits here.
Yeah, another thing that we were going to say is that smoke reduces the accuracy of all like small arms fire. Like
you've run out to run. Yep. Bit of micro going on.
Reduces the accuracy of small arms fire like SMGs and MGs and things like that, but it doesn't affect the accuracy of flame weapons. So it doesn't affect Twitch's accuracy with his flamethrower there. He took out, you know, one of my guys and then another one, despite being in the smoke. So that's why smoke works so well with the flamers. So there you have it, guys. If you're having trouble with MGs in buildings, you know, you can take it out with one squad. So I don't want to hear it, guys. I don't want to hear it. There you go.
Okay, and so if you want to take out a building, yeah, and this particularly works well on wooden buildings. I'm thinking in particular the wooden building that's on the left-hand side of the map in rails and metal. You can use AT guns. And through the fog of war, if you know where the building is, you select your AT guns and you select attack move or press A and then click on the building. And then they should, hopefully, fire at that building at maximum range.
Yeah, basically,
and then start to take it out.
I have a forward HQ there, so I've invested resources into that. And it's a problem for Twitch. We need to deal with that building, not just the units inside it, but the whole building itself. And he's just leveled it with a few AT guns. There was nothing I could do about that. Good shot.
There were 4, just to speed it up. But you can see how easy it is to take them down. Use a tap move.
Yeah, I'm going to pop into the wooden building so you can show them destroying.
I'll just send down the 1 AT gun for that.
If you click AP rounds, does that increase the damage?
I don't know.
In fact, before you do that, we'll show flanking first and the no window.